The beginnings of this story, of the Coronation Food Project, was late 2022, when a lot of food banks, food larders, people involved in the industry were increasingly worried about the inability of people to have access to fresh food. Now, if you're going to have fresh food, you've got to have things like fridges and freezers. So His Majesty and a group of others bought 800 fridges and freezers in the sort of first wave. The king being the king, he didn't think this was enough. So on one winter's day last year, I had a phone call saying, I think we need to do a lot more. What is it we can do? The Queen has also, for a long time, as you know, visited food banks, been very concerned about feeding people, helping people, supporting people. And the exam question that the King presented was, how do we take surplus food and use it for social good? Or, as the cameraman here said to me earlier, put it in English, Martina, how do you take waste and feed people who need it? That's it. That's what you're all doing here today. That's what we're all very, very committed to doing. George has explained the details behind it, and I also want to say an enormous thank you to Steve and Sally, because the fact that they came on board first with the Steve Morgan Foundation has meant we have had phone calls from other people around the country. So this is the visionary, this is the beginning of the Coronation Food Hubs. We will, I hope, create 10 of them over the next couple of years. We've also set up a small grants fund for organisations all around the country who need to apply for small amounts of funding to help their local food bank, or actually to buy more fridges and freezers. People still need more. And the final bit, probably one of the most important bits, is the Food and Manufacturer and Distributors Alliance that George has pulled together, which, as he said, is where we're going higher up the food chain than the supermarkets, and where we see a lot of that surplus food coming from that can then be redistributed. So those are the 3 buckets for the Coronation Food Hub. Once again, I would like to say a huge thank you to Steve and to Sally, who's around somewhere there at the back. And for people like me who have worked in the voluntary sector a long time, the hardest one is always those people who will join with you first before you've even proved a concept can work. So really thank you. You have led the way and people are following you. So Steve, thank you very much.